Hello, my friends. Today at Niecy's Closet, we're going to learn how to make this baby blanket. Now, it calls for a Caron 1 pound, and it's saying 2 balls. But today, I'm going to use a pound of love. And the pound of love is 1,020 yards. Caron 1 pound is 812, and you need 2 balls. So I'm going to see how far I can go with this pound of love, since it has 200 more yards. And if I need to add another color, I'll do that for the border, but let's see what happens. And it's a number 4 weight, 16 ounces, and it's 100% acrylic, okay? So the color, and I think it's a very pretty color, it's called Serenity. So let's get started making this blanket. And if I have to add a border, it'll be a different color. So we'll see. Alrighty. Now, the first thing we're going to do, we are going to chain 115. Okay, we want to do 115 chains. After that, we're going to double crochet. And by now, everybody should know how to double crochet. If not, I'll show you. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 5th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th chain. And this is going to count as a double crochet. And we're going to do 3 double crochets in this 5th chain. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to skip 2 chains. 1, 2, and we're going to go in a 3rd chain, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. So you're going to wrap the yarn around your J hook. You're going to go into the chain. You're going to pull the yarn through. You're going to pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, and we're going to do it 3 times. We just did 1. So we're going to wrap, go back into the chain, pull the yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2. One more time. Wrap, go into the chain, pull the yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2. And we're going to chain 1. Now, when I said that we're going to go to the 5th chain, and I meant to say that this chain counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. That's what I meant to say. All right, so we're going to skip 2 again. 1, 2, and we're going to go into the 3rd chain, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. Now notice, when I skip 2, 1, 2, and go to the 3rd chain, I'm holding the chain that I'm going to get into because I don't want it to tighten up on me. So as you go into that chain, hold on to it like I'm doing right here. So we're going to wrap, go into the 3rd chain, pull the yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2. And I'm going to, see how I'm holding it so it doesn't tighten up on me. All right. chain 1, skip 2 chains. Do you see what I'm doing? 1, 2, go into the 3rd chain, wrap into the chain, and I'm holding on to it. Pull the yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2, and I'm going to do it 2 more times. 1, 2. You see that? Chain 1, skip the next 2 chains. You see? 1, 2. I'm going into this 3rd chain right here. And I'm holding on to the chain. And I'm going to do 3 double crochets. So I'm going to continue doing this to the end. And you're going to do the same thing, right? Because you're following me. And make sure you chain 1 after you do your 3 double crochets. So you do your 3 double crochets, you chain 1, you skip 2 chains, go into the 3rd chain and hold on to it while you do your 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. Okay, I'm going to continue on and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so this is our first row here. Let me straighten it. It'll get straightened as we do more rows, but this is what it should look like. When you get to the end, so there should be 2 chains left. And I have 3, but that's okay. I must have gone 1 more. I must have done 116 instead of 115, but that's okay. I'm going to skip this first chain and I'm going to double crochet in the last chain. It's supposed to be the last chain. Okay. Now I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn my work over. And we're going to double crochet in this first double crochet. Remember, we double crocheted at the end. So we're going to double crochet at the double crochet we did from the previous row. So we're going to double crochet here. So we're double crocheting in all of the chain 3 spaces after we do the double crochet in the first double crochet. And we're not going to chain 1 in between. We're just going to do 3 double crochets in the first space. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go right to the next space between the 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Move over to the next space, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Move over to the next space, 3 double crochets. 1, whoops. 1, 2, 3. Next space. 1, 2, 3. We're at the end of row 2. And we're going to do 3 double crochets in this last space. 1, 2, 3. Now, you see this space here and you see this chain? We're going to do 2 double crochets on top of this chain 4. We're going to do 2 double crochets right at the top. 1, 2. Now, by doing 2 double crochets at the end, it matches up with the 2 double crochets we have here, okay? It should be the same at both ends. So now, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Working on row 3, we're going to turn our work. And we're going to do 3 double crochets in this space. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to move on to the next space and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Go to the next space. 1, 2, 3. See how easy this is? Now, this doesn't have to be a baby blanket. You can make it bigger by adding chains. So it's a multiple of 5. So you can do 175 or 200 if you want a bigger blanket. And I may do that too. But I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be a baby blanket. It could be a lap blanket. Maybe if you do a lap blanket, you can go to 150. 150 could make a lap blanket. 175 could make a bigger blanket. All the blankets that I show you online, you can make it bigger. It doesn't have to be a baby blanket. You see how I'm going into every space? And as your row grows, it's going to start lining up. Okay, it's going to start lining up because this lines up with this. The next row is going to line up with this. You'll see. I'll show you as we move along. So let's work our way to the end of row 3. Because this is a 2-row repeat. So you're going to repeat 3 and 4. Very easy. And this is something you can do as you listen to music, watch TV, or be with family, making conversation. I do find crocheting and knitting very relaxing. Don't you? I've been doing this since I was 10. And even with the 3 kids, there was a time I had stopped for a while. But then I went right back into it. I'll say, I went right back into it steadily. 20 years ago, I'll say. But I was basically doing baby stuff, baby blankets, adult blankets, baby hats, scarves. I wasn't really into shawls, but I am now because I will be doing more shawls as well. So let's just finish this row. We're at the end of the third row. Here's our last space here. We're going to do 3 double crochets. And we're going to do a double crochet in the chain 3 space. See, we have these two double crochets here. Well, really it's a double crochet and chain 3. But we're going to do a double crochet on top of the chain 3 space. We're going to do a double crochet. Okay, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So see, now we have 1 double crochet on this end. And this chain 3 is also like, oops, a double crochet. So it's the same on each end. Now we're going to chain, well, I've chained 3, so you're going to chain 3, turn your work, because now we're working on row 4. And remember, we're repeating rows 3 and 4. And we're going to go right into this space right here between the 3 double crochets. We're going to work in these spaces. 1, 2, 3. And you're just going to continue on doing 3 double crochets in the spaces. One, 2, 3. Okay, you got that? See how it looks? All right, and you're going to repeat row 2 and row 3. All righty? It's not hard, right? Just think how pretty it's going to be. You can mix the colors up if you want. You can get the variegated, or I could say the mixed colored yarn and do this. Okay, I'm using this color because I've had it a while. So why not make a baby blanket with it? Because I do get requests for baby blankets. I just have to think of another color to use should I not have enough yarn to finish the blanket. But you know me, I'll figure it out. If I have to get another ball, I'll get another ball. If I find a color that'll go with this, I will use that color. So let's finish this row. We're at the end of row 4. We're going to do 3 double crochets in this last space. 1, 2, 3. Now, going back to the second row, you see we did 2 double crochets on the top of the chain. You see that? We're going to do that here. We're going to do 2 double crochets in the top chain. 1, 2. And we're going to turn our work after chaining 3. So you're going to chain 3, turn your work. Now we did 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, I said that we're going to repeat 3 and 4. You see here, this is row 3. So we're going to do row 3 again. We're going to do 3 double crochets right into the first space. Go to the next space, 3 double crochets. Whoops. And this is all we're doing. 3 double crochets in every space. Easy, right? Very easy. Okay, see how it lines up? Do you see how it lines up? And when I say lines up, it's like this lines up, okay? And this lines up. See, 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2. They all line up. If they don't line up, you're doing something wrong, okay? So now we're back to doing, we did 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going back to doing 3. Because I said we're repeating row 3, which is here, and row 4, which is here. So I'm going to continue on because I want to make the blanket bigger so you can see what it's turning into. And I'm going to just see if I can find another color just in case I need it, because I may need it just for the border. This may be enough just to do the blanket itself because it's supposed to be 40 inches in diameter. It's supposed to be 40 inches. But we'll see. I'm going to take a look though. I may find a antique white, which is pretty to do the border with. And maybe I can combine this color into it as well. We'll see. All right. Remember, repeat rows 3 and 4. And I'll be back to show you how far I've gotten on the blanket. Working row 4, we're going to do 3 chains. Working row 4, we're going to chain 3 and we're going to turn. And we're going to double crochet in this first double crochet. Then we're going to double crochet in every space. We're going to do 3 double crochets. All the way down. Three double crochets all the way to the end. In every space. And be sure to look at your work as you're working. Be sure to look at your work because you just see 1 chain 3 in this row. The second row, you see a chain 3 and a double. The third row, you see chain 3. The fourth row, you see chain 3 and a double. Okay? And that's how the end of your row should also match. Now listen here. It is so important to look at your work. as I tell my students at the community house. It's so important to look at your work because I realized I made a mistake. Because in row 4, this is row 4, and you should have a chain of 3 and a double crochet. So I did row 5 and started to do row 6, and I saw something was wrong. This was supposed to be the same. This end here is supposed to match the other end. And what happened was all I did was a single crochet here. I mean, not a single crochet. All I did is 1 double crochet here. And I was supposed to do 2 because every other row should match, okay? Because you have chain here and you have a chain here, but here you have the double crochet and the chain. And I messed up. So now I'm correcting myself. And I had to tell my daughter to go back and correct my video, okay? Because I had to do this over. So when you get to row 4, at the end, you're supposed to do 2 double crochets in the top of the chain 3 space. Okay? You're supposed to do 2. My bad. So now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to start the 5th row. Okay, and starting the 5th row. All right. I can't believe I did that though. So starting the 5th row, I double crochet in this space. See, I'm looking. I double crochet in this space. 1, 2, okay. I do 3 double crochets here. Okay, see? Now I'm comfortable. I know I did it right now. Okay. See, I'm looking at my work. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's matching. 1, 2, 3. See? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm working on row 5. All right. And when you get to the end and you do your last set of 3 double crochets, you're supposed to chain 3 in the chain 3s in top of the chain 3 space so it looks like this. Okay? I'm going to finish this row. And I'm going to show you row 6. I'm at the end of row 5. At the end of row 5, I'm going to do 3 double crochets. And I'm going to do 1 double crochet in top of this chain 3. 1 double crochet. After finishing row 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're going to chain 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. And you're going to do a double crochet in top of this first double crochet. You're going to double crochet. All right. And then you're going to start your 3 double crochets in the space. All righty. Okay. So now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is row 6. Okay, we finished row 5. Now this is row 6. Okay, so you see how 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So as you do row 6, when you get to the end, you're going to do 2 double crochets on top of this chain 3. You're going to do 2 double crochets. All right? You're going to turn your work and you're going to do your 3 double crochets right here. So just remember, when you do your when you have your 2 double crochets, meaning the chain and the double crochet, you just go straight over and do your 3 double crochets here. Just follow the pattern. Just look at the pattern, okay? Because I didn't want to go any more rows until I knew I was showing you right. Okay. So now I'm going to stop and do a lot more rows and come back to you. Just repeat rows 3 and 4. You got that? Rows 3 and row 4. Just keep repeating it. I want you to see how much I've done with the baby blanket. Right now it's 37 inches wide and I believe it's 35 long, but I'm going to change the top a little bit so it measures almost the same as the width of the blanket. So since I only have this much yarn left, which isn't much, I'm going to change back to this other yarn I was using from Studio Classic. And let me see, Studio Classic by Nicole. It's a number 4, and the color is Sage Marl. Is it Sage Marl? M-A-R-L. That's what it says, Sage Marl. Anyway, guys, my friends, my buddies, I'm going to change color because as you can see, I've been changing colors. You see this? Oh, I want to make sure you see it. You see that? So I'm going to show you how I changed the color, and I'm going to tell you what I decided to do to the blanket. And I have my washing machine going. I'm hoping you don't hear it. All right. So with this row, I'm ending it by doing 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me move this so that you can really see. I ended it with 3 double crochets here. And I'm going to go to the top of this chain 3 and I'm going to double crochet right at the top of the chain 3. I gotta change colors. You know, Thanksgiving's almost here. I can't believe it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut my yarn. To connect it, I'm just gonna tie it. and I can weave in the ends later. Okay. Now I've tied it. Okay, so remember, I did 3 double crochets in this last space here, and I did one double crochet in top of the chain 3. So now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn my work over. And what I'm going to do, now this is the last row of what I'm going to do to this blanket, because after I do this last row, I'm going to single crochet all the way around, and then I'm going to decide how to frame my blanket. I haven't decided yet. I think I'm going to do shells. I think so. I think I may do shells. But anyway, okay, so this is the last row. And I'm going to not single, see, I'm talking single crochet already. I'm going to double crochet in this first double crochet right here, okay? Because you see the first double crochet, and then you see the 3 double crochets in this space. So I'm just going to double crochet in this double crochet, and then I'm going to skip this and go into the next space, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets. You see that? 3 double crochets. And remember, as you crochet, look back at your work. I always do that, and then I find mistakes and have to correct it. So you see how there's a double crochet and chain 3 here, and then you just have 1 chain 3. You see how there's 2, 1, 2. You see that? 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how you know you're doing it right. So I'm going to continue finishing this row. And I also want to say, when you're doing this type of blanket, you want to make sure your last row, you have your chain 3 and double crochet together. You want to be here, not the 1 chain 3 space. You want to have the chain 3 and the double. So actually it's like 2 double crochets here. That's how you want to end your blanket. So I'm going to continue on, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to end the blanket. I'm going to single crochet all the way around, and when you get to the corners, you want to do 3 single crochets in the corner. Okay, you want to do 3 single crochets in the corner. So I'm going to continue on, and I'll be back to start the border of the blanket. All right, I'm at the end of the row, and I'm going to go into the top of this chain 3 space, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets. 1, 2. So, just so you see, I have 2 double crochets at the end and 2 double crochets at the beginning. So remember, the beginning and the end should be the same. So now that I did my 2 double crochets at the end, I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to single crochet all the way around the blanket. And remember, we're going to do 3 single crochets in the corner. So right now I chained 1, And I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 single crochets at this corner. Did you see that? I'm not sure you saw that. I want to make sure you saw that. All right, I did my 2 double crochets. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. And I'm going to do 3 single crochets in this corner. 1, 2, 3. And do you remember how to single crochet? You just go into every double crochet and do a single crochet. See these 3 single crochet? Oh, see these 3 double crochets? I'm going to go into the top of the double crochet, pull the yarn through, pull through 2. You just see that? In top of the double crochet, pull the yarn through, pull through 2. That's what I'm doing. And I'm not doing any single crochets in between the double crochets. I'm not doing that because then you'll make it a little wider. It won't look right. I'm just going into the top of all the double crochets. Just doing single crochets on top of the double crochets. Alrighty. No single crochets in between the space. All right, let's go all the way around the blanket. I did my last single crochet here at the end. And I'm going to do 3 single crochets in this corner. 1, 2, get out of my way, 3. And then I'm going to go down the side and do my single crochets. Now let's see, how many spaces? How many are we going to do in a space? Let's see, here's, whoop. Let me see, 1, I think 3 in a space. Let me look, 3. And then 1 here. You see where there's spaces, all these spaces in the side? You want to fill in the spaces, but you don't want to overfill the spaces so you start getting humps. So you may see that you could do 2 or 3. Let me see. I did 1 here. You see this here? I'm going to do 1 here. I'm going to do 2 here. 1, 2. I'm going to do 1 in here or do 2 here. I'm going to do 2 here. 1, 2. And then I'm going to look here. I'm going to skip this here and I'm going to do 1, 2. Looks like I could do 3 here. And then I'm going to skip this and go right in here and do 1. So you got to kind of judge it. Okay. I'm going to do 1 in here. Let me see how it looks. See how I put 3 here and it looks kind of mountainous? I'm going to go back and just leave it at 2. And then I'm going to go into this space here. You got to kind of judge it. And I'll do 2 here. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm saying, because you got to kind of judge it. So what I'm going to do two here. What I'm saying is, as you go down the sides, try to do it so that you don't see the humps. See how straight that is now? Oh, this one, I think I can do, no, I'm going to do two. And I'm going to do one in here. You see that? Or could I do two? I'm going to do two and skip this and go to here and do two. Okay? So just kind of judge it. And you decide whether you can do one or two. Now that I've gotten to the bottom of this side, because the bottom is not like the top part of the blanket, so what we're going to do, I'm going to make sure you see this. Okay, watch. I'm single crocheting here. I'm going to see this loop here. See this space here? I'm a single crocheting there. And then I'm going to do 3 single crochets in this space. 1, 2, 3. See this space here? See where the 3 double crochets are here? I'm going to single crochet in there. Then I'm going to do 2 in the space between, or am I going to do 3? I'll tell you. Okay, I'm going to do 3. All right, so this is what we're going to do. You're going to do 1 single crochet at the bottom of the 3 double crochets, and then you're going to do 3 single crochets in the spaces between. You got that? I'm going to do it again. You're going to do 1 right here in the bottom of the 3 double crochets, and you're going to do 3 single crochets in between. Okay, see how straight that is? So I'm going to do it one more time. 1 single crochet in the 3 double crochet space, and then 3 single crochets between the 3 double crochets. Okay? And I'll meet you at the corner. All right, so I finished the bottom. And just to let you know, I kind of played around like I did on the sides as to how many single crochets to do along the bottom. So you be the judge of that, okay? And that's what I did. Some areas I did 2, some I did 3. It all depends, okay? So you be the judge of how many single crochets you want to do at the bottom. I honestly cannot give you a number. So now I'm at the bottom and I'm near the corner. Okay, I'm near the corner, so I'm going to single crochet in here. And I'm going to do 3 single crochets in this space. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to do this side the same way I did the other side, and the same way I've been explaining is you be the judge of how many single crochets to put into the spaces, just as long as it doesn't look lumpy. All right? So I did 3 single crochets here. I'm going to do a single crochet in this space, and I'm going to do 2 here. I'm going to skip this and do a single crochet here and a single crochet here. And I'm going to skip this right here, and I'm going to go in here and do a single crochet. I'll do another single crochet in here. I'll skip this space and do 2 in here. So just kind of look at it, you know? And you be the judge as to how many single crochets to put into the spaces. I'm going to skip this and do 2 in here. So it looks like on this side, I'm skipping this area here and putting 2 here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm skipping this. As a matter of fact, I'm doing 2 single crochets in all of the chain 3 spaces. That's where I'm putting my single crochets, in all of the chain 3 spaces. Now that I've gone all the way around the blanket, I was going to do a shell stitch around the blanket, but I don't think I have enough here to go all the way around the blanket to do the shell stitch, because it's 5 double crochets in a stitch. So I don't think I have enough. So I'm going to do a picot. And this is how you do the picot stitch. Okay, so right now I'm going to close up the border. I'm going to close it up because this is where we did the 3 single crochets right here. So I'm just closing it. I'm going to chain 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet where I closed it up at. I'm going to do a single crochet right in here. Oh, wait a minute. Sometimes the yarn splits. You got to be careful. Okay, so I'm going right back in and I'm going to do a single crochet. Then I'm going to go into, okay, there's a single crochet here, but I'm going to skip that and do a single crochet right here in the corner. I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go right back down into the single crochet. See where I'm going? I'm going right here and here where the single crochet is, and I'm going to slip stitch. And then I'm going to single crochet in the very next single crochet. Okay, you see that? Now I'm going to go to the next single crochet. And see these 2 loops? When we chain 3, I'm going right back into these 2 loops. So watch. I just single crocheted, and pay attention to these 2 loops here. I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go right back into the single crochet. See where I'm going? And I'm going to slip stitch. And then I'm going to go to the next single crochet and single crochet. Okay, so every other stitch is a picot and every other stitch is a single crochet. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go in here, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go right back into the single crochet. See that? Can you see that? And I'm going to slip stitch all the way through and single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, here we go again. Single crochet, chain 3, go right back into the single crochet and slip stitch all the way through. Bring the yarn, whoop, bring the yarn all the way through and single crochet in the next stitch. You see the pattern? I'm going to do a few more. Now, if you want, just so you know, you can do 2. I mean, if you want to make it go even quicker. Okay, I'm going to show you. I just single crocheted here, and I'm going to single crochet here. Okay, so I single crocheted in 2 spaces. And then in the 3rd space, I'm going to do a picot. Slip stitch. But this time I'm going to skip 2 spaces. 1, 2. Then when I go to the 3rd one, I'm going to do another picot. 1, 2, 3. Go back into the single crochet and slip stitch all the way through and do the next 2 single. 1, 2. See the difference? You can do it that way too. Alrighty? I'm going to do it one more time. Whoops. I'll do one more so you can get a clearer picture. And then here I'm going to do the picot. All the way through. Okay, see the difference in the spacing? All right, so you can either do it this way or you can do it this way, but I'm going to do it this way all the way around. This is where I do the picot. 1, 2, 3. Go right back into the single crochet and slip stitch all the way through. Single crochet in the next. Picot in the next. 1, 2, 3. Right back into the single crochet. Slip stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Go to the following stitch. We're doing the picot. Back into the single crochet, slip stitch all the way through, single crochet in the next. You got it now? And I'm going to do this all the way around. I've gone all the way around the blanket. I'm single crocheting here, single crocheting here, chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, going back down into the single crochet, slip stitching all the way through, single crochet in the next stitch. Whoops. Okay, single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, because you see I'm at the end now. So I'm gonna go into the single crochet and I'm gonna slip stitch all the way through and I'm gonna single crochet here. Oops. I'm gonna force it in here. Alrighty, so now I'm done. I'm gonna cut my yarn. And I'm gonna chain 1 and do a slip stitch. And I'm gonna tighten it. And then I'm gonna take a smaller size needle, or not a smaller size needle, but a smaller size crochet hook, because you see how I have it like this. I'm going to weave it in. And I'm going to pull it through. And I'm going to weave in the ends on the blanket. Sometimes I use a smaller crochet hook. Sometimes I use a large eye needle. It depends. Sometimes using a smaller crochet hook goes faster. Sometimes. It depends. Go through here. And that's it. Cut my yarn. And now, I do have to finish weaving in the other ends too, but I just want to show you how the blanket came out. Here's the corner. Here's one corner. Here's the second corner. I'm going to turn it over. Here's the third corner. I just want to show you how it comes out with the picot stitch. And this is the fourth corner, okay? I am very happy with the blanket. All right? I hope you didn't find this blanket too difficult. The blanket measures approximately 39. Oh, so it's 39 by a little over 38 and a half. So it's almost 39 by 39. And you can really make this blanket as big as you want. Now, this was called a baby blanket, but I would call it a toddler blanket because, well, you can say a baby blanket, but this blanket will be used for a long time, okay? And I'm very happy with it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna close it out because I'm glad I finally finished it so I can go on to something else new. So until next time, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you for the next tutorial. Bye now.